ready to go? Yes, sir. This field's a lot bigger now than it used to be, huh?
Thanksgiving is a special day for him, as it is for all of us. It's an opportunity to be with your family, but it's a special day for him because he gets to play quarterback again.
Try that again, Jeff. Set, hop.
Roger goes out there at 72 and runs the offense and manages his people and wins.
Staubach has up his sleeve.
Roger Staubach has always been a star. The man whose very name evokes the heavens wore the star as the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys in the 1970s.
It's the most highly visible position in all of sports. It's like being the center fielder for the New York Yankees. Roger is the reason that it is that way. All of us quarterbacks who've come in since Roger, we've been playing catch-up, trying to live up to an image and to a position that he helped create.
He's led a hero's life, a remarkable journey filled with twists and turns that almost didn't happen because of a simple eye test.
We were taking our physicals for the Naval Academy. It's the dot test. It was the red over green, green over white. You know, I missed a few, and the guy that was doing the test wasn't paying that much of attention. And so he passed me. The only time I've ever passed a color test. I mean, if I hadn't passed the test, I don't think I would have got in the Naval Academy, and my life would have changed dramatically.
Eventually, the colorblind kid from Cincinnati arrived in Annapolis. And in 1962, with President Kennedy watching, he delivered an eye-popping performance in the Army-Navy game.
Phenomenon of the day is Roger Staubach. Just watch this game of hare and hounds. Staubach twists and turns, feints and fakes to avoid Army tacklers.
He hadn't started until maybe halfway through the year. So this was really the first big national audience. He was just awesome that day. Just clearly put the team on his back.
Roger Staubach puts on a great one-man show. Watch him go.
Staubach's stardom gave Navy head coach Wayne Hardin and PR man Bud Tallman an idea for the following season to wage what many consider to be the first Heisman Trophy campaign.
I knew after that game that we had something pretty special, and Wayne wanted to be sure that Roger got the attention that he deserved. And so I would collect quotes from the previous game, newspapers, opposing coaches, and I would circulate those quotes as one-page sheet called Everything's Coming Up Roger.
Tallman's goal was to make the country aware of Staubach's greatness. Back in Annapolis, the young son of a Navy assistant coach already knew how special Staubach was.
I did get to know him pretty well. Roger was kind of one of the first guy on the field, last one off type of guys, so sometimes, you know, I was the only one left to throw to, and he'd throw to me. Every time you saw him play, you think, well, man, he'll never be able to do that again. That was an amazing play. And then the next week, you see one and shake your head and say, oh my God, that was even more spectacular than the one he made last week.
I was the center on offense. Roger's back there going like this. You see the guy, you block your guy, then you see him coming over, you block this guy, and then you do this, you're blocking this guy. So it was fun to be a lineman for Roger Staubach.
A couple of those scrambles that he made, if you freeze framed it, when three guys are right around him, you would just say, there's just no way he's going to get out of that.
Roger brings the crowd to his feet.
Probably the best coaching job I ever did was not coaching. I found out the best plays we had were not in the playbook.
On the football field, Staubach was a stallion that couldn't be caught. Off it, he was even harder to corral.
Very rarely did I actually talk to the press. You know, I was uncomfortable with it all. I just wanted to get out there and play.
We had a Heisman candidate that nobody could talk to. That was unbelievable. I mean, as you think back 50 years later, you say to yourself, how on earth did we pull that off?
Somehow they did. And in the fall of '63, Staubach graced the covers of Sports Illustrated and Time magazine.
One thing, there's no face mask on this picture. In those days, we wanted people to be able to see their face, so we never put the face mask on. But he says, I look like a wimp. He still is angry about me about 50 years later.
Yeah, I've had so many people. I mean, I have pictures, Navy pictures, that if you didn't have a face mask when you were playing, and I said, no, it was Bud Tallman. He wanted to take these pictures without a face mask.
Staubach was no longer just a face in the crowd, but even as his fame grew, he proudly displayed an unwavering commitment to his teammates.
We had this little signal that of waving to each other, just kind of going like that. If you saw somebody far away and he couldn't hear it, you just kind of go like,
Oh, yeah, waving to the guys.
and he told us he was going to do that on the Ed Sullivan Show.
So I'm going to go like this. And
Navy quarterback star Roger Staubach from Cincinnati, Ohio, the greatest in Navy history, so let's have a wonderful ovation.
Some people watching it might not have seen, but we were just